What's up, guys? Welcome to 41 Fit Health and Fitness. Guys, this is your coach Alex. Welcome back to another video. If you're new to the channel, thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Thank you for all the support. Let's go ahead and get into today's video, which we're going to be talking about why is weight training, at least in my opinion, one of the best things you can do when it comes to weight loss. All right. Now, I will say off the bat, it is not the only thing, right? There's so many different options, but at least in my opinion, it's one of the best things when it comes to weight loss, right? Now, we're talking strictly weight loss. We're not talking flexibility. We're not talking building size or gaining weight. We're strictly talking weight loss, right? So why is weight training one of the best things you can do, right? And as the science behind it, and as simplest as I can put it, is the more muscle mass that you can have, the more fat you can burn while you're at rest, right? Yes, so this is whether you're sleeping, whether you're resting, you are laying down, you're sitting down, you can burn, the more muscle mass that you have, you can burn more fat during that process, right? So, and weight training, specifically weight training, the purpose of it is to build muscle and get stronger, right? Strength training, weight training, you're trying to get stronger, you're trying to put on muscle. So the sole purpose of that is to build more mass. So remember, the more mass you have, the more fat you can burn at rest period, right? So when it comes to that, that is why it's one of the best things you can do, right? And let's go ahead and compare to other things. For example, let's take runners, right? If you're running, now running, a lot of times, one of the first things people will do when they're wanting to do weight loss is, I'm gonna go ahead and run, right? It has this history that if you want to lose weight, you have to run, and that's not the case, right? If you take a look at runners are sometimes not very lean, right? Sometimes a lot of times they will be very fluffy, very soft, skinny fat, if you would call them, right? And the reason of that is because running, right, requires for you to do for long periods of time, whether that's running for like, marathon, at least you're running 5+ miles per day you run, or whatever it might be, right? Depending on what you're training for. But running, one of the things about running is, yes, initially, especially if you're new to running or you haven't ran in such a long time, you will lose weight initially. But then eventually your body will plateau. Eventually, once it adapts, it will not stop. It will not be burning any more calories. The reason of that, two reasons. Why? One, normally is because of diet. Now, most of the time, most people aren't gonna have their diet in place. So one, they're not getting the sufficient food that they need for the amount of energy that they're burning. Because yes, when you take long runs like that, your body needs energy. And your body is gonna have to store a lot of that energy from food. So if you're not feeding it the right way, you're already overstarving your body, which it's gonna cause it not to lose any more weight. Second thing, eventually, once you start getting into those long periods, whether you're running 5 miles per day or 10 miles, 20+ miles, right? Eventually, your body will begin to eat and break down the muscle. Yes, it breaks down muscle in order to produce more energy, especially when you're going for those long periods of runs. So this is why when you see runners, especially marathon runners, they're not very muscular, they're very soft, because a lot of times the muscle tissue has, been kind of, broken down to produce that energy, right? Another example, yoga. Now, again, yoga, another great exercise, another thing you can do for fitness, but it's not going to be the most beneficial when it comes to weight loss. Again, initially at the beginning, especially if you're new to yoga, then yes, as you begin to work your core and stabilize yourself and balance yourself and get yourself into all these strange positions, you will be burning a little bit more calories because your body's being activated in so many different places, different muscles that have never been activated before. But again, once your body adapts and you get used to it, it is very challenging because you're not able to add any resistance, add any weight. You can, most of the time you do your own body weight. And again, yoga is more something for relaxing, sitting, being relaxed, calm, slows things down, right? So another thing that is not gonna be optimal when it comes to weight loss, right? So again, going back to weight training, reason weight training is not only can you do body weight, but then you can begin to add weight, right? Whether you're adding weight in small increments, whether you're adding resistance, whether you're adding, anything that's gonna go ahead and put the muscle, right, into a it's gonna force the muscle to grow by breaking it down, by introducing it to something that's never been before, such as new resistance, which is obviously weight being added on, right? So this is why, and again, goes back to the principle, which is the more muscle mass you can have, because again, weight training, you're trying to build more muscle. So the more muscle mass you have, the more calories you can burn. And that is weight training. The sole purpose of weight training is to put on muscle. And now I will say there are other benefits to weight training besides weight loss. It's gonna help you increase your posture, increase your energy, right? Obviously increase your strength. Now the beauty about that is you're not just increasing your strength in the gym, you're gonna also be able to take this outside the gym in your everyday life, whether you have kids, whether you play outdoor sports or other activities. You can take the strength that you're gaining from weight training and apply it to your everyday life. It's gonna help you function better, it's gonna help you be stronger, and it's just gonna make your life a little bit easier. And you're building muscle on top of that while burning calories at the same time. So that's kind of the beauty about weight training, right? Now, again, going back to the first thing I said in the video, is it the only thing? Absolutely not. There are so many other things that you can do to build muscle. Powerlifting, right? Now, powerlifting is mainly going to be all about building strength, but during the process, because you're lifting a lot of heavy weight, you will be building muscle in that process, right? Calisthenics, right? You have rock climbing. You have so many different athletic things you can do, sports, fitness activities you can do. And at the end of the day, I will say that all of them have one thing in common, right? At least even with weight training, that if you don't have right, it's not gonna work. And that is your nutrition, right? No matter how much work you're putting in the gym and weight training, if your nutrition is not on point, it's gonna be pointless. You're not gonna get the results that you want. And that comes with every other thing that I just mentioned, any other activity. Whether it's running, like I said earlier, running, rock climbing, power, anything like this, you're not going to get the most efficient and the most optimal results if your nutrition is not on point, right? At least that should be the first thing you take care of. And then it comes down to my last point, which is just finding out what you like, right? Find what you like, find what you enjoy, and stick to that. See, depending on your goals. Now, again, I said weight training is the most optimal, meaning you can get the most results fastest. Now, there's other ways you can do it. Maybe it might take slower, maybe it might take faster, but there are different options. It just depends on you and your goals and what you end up liking and enjoying. Because at the end of the day, if you're gonna be doing this 3 to 4 times a week, up to 5 times, you have to enjoy it. So just make sure that you find something you enjoy. And that's it, guys. Now, hopefully you found this video helpful. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Comment below, let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. And I will see you on the next one.